Change, to me, is all too familiar. So it's safe to say that when I migrated here to New Zealand in 2012, I was more daunted by waiting in line for the biosecurity check at Auckland Airport than the walk up some driveway of a school in Wellington. The simple reason being is that I'm used to change. I'm used to moving overseas to a new and different country. I'm used to being dropped off at a school somewhere for a while, and then moving to another one. I'm used to making new friends in one place, only to put thousands of miles between that friendship a couple of years later. But little was I aware, as a year 9, of the waves of friendship, loyalty, and brotherhood that would sweep me away and mold me into the person I am today. Honorable guests, parents, teachers, headmaster, and my dear friends. It is with immense pride and a very, very heavy heart that I present to you the Valedictory speech for 2017, the 150th year of this magnificent, beloved establishment that is Wellington College. What a year it's been. The high points showed everyone exactly what we're capable of. They brought a spotlight to the incredible talent and spirit that we have to offer and made this a year for the history books. Overall, it's been a very successful year with numerous sports, cultural, and community accomplishments. The arts have enjoyed tremendous successes this year. Our primary debating team, comprising of Michael O'Brien, Sam Walker, Will Sims, and Matthew Sutcliffe, managed to win the Wellington Regional Debating title, with Michael actually going on to be named as one of the best debaters in the country. Our boys also gave very impressive drama performances too, with our comedic portrayal of A Midsummer Night's Dream taking a top spot at the regional Sheila Wynne Shakespeare competition, and Michael Galvin won Best Comedic Actor. Even our cultural extravaganza, in collaboration with Wellington Girls College, had some brilliant performances from the Poly Club, combined Kapahaka group, combined choir, and the jazz band. But the most memorable event for me in particular was Stage Challenge 2017 and our performance, Tomorrow's History. I have never felt a sense of brotherhood as strong as that night, when 120 sweaty, slightly sleep-deprived boys, some in glitter-covered pink overalls and others wearing balaclavas and the most hideous arm tattoo sleeves that you'll ever see in your life, broke into emphatic chant. I have never seen so many eyes glued to one person as the time when TB gave inspirational speech after inspirational speech. And I remember feeling empowered, but at the same time thinking to myself, wow, I've really got to up my game here. That night, the successes of our performance and the energy of our dancers defined Wellington College. We showed the rest of that auditorium exactly what Dubsy boys are capable of. Brilliant. Our sporting achievements were as impressive. We started the year with another Bikini win, the three-peat. Under the captaincy of Liam Webb, our athletes found the momentum required to see us through. Our first 11 hockey team rose to victory as underdogs, beating Paparangumu in a nail-biting game that, in my opinion, is worthy of its own movie. Sione captained our outstanding Senior A basketball team with excellent control, and it was his leadership combined with the stellar performances by his teammates that resulted in our success at Nationals. The sheer number of individual sporting achievements by the leaders are just too many to list tonight. But I think it's safe to say that you've all performed exceptionally well and deserve to be congratulated. Thank you. You've done Dubsy very proud. Runathon was, without a doubt, the community service highlight of this year. Thanks to some wonderful effort of our students and others from around the Wellington region, we reached an incredible total, I'm going to correct Mr. Moses here, of over $60,000, which is one of the highest ever recorded. But none of it would have been possible without the help of a few people. Mix a fiery football legend, a two-time McKibbity captain, a basketball captain, and a couple of beefed up rowers/first 15 players, all rallied together by a screaming old boy. And what have you got? 5 of the Super Six, 2017, and our unstoppable teacher in charge, Mr. Coles. Guys, you are 5 of the most strong-minded, charismatic, and humble leaders that I've ever had the pleasure of working with. TB, Sione, Jacob, Fergus, and Liam, you put everything into this event, and together we worked through some pretty difficult challenges. But when I sat on the first field that afternoon and saw an audience of students from different schools, from different year groups, all humming to some song that Arla was probably singing, united under one cause, I couldn't help but think that it was all worth it. And to Mr. Coles, I'm not sure if he's here today, even though you have the stone-cold blue blood of the Pats boy running through your veins, you're still a cold boy at heart. So thank you, sir. It comes as no surprise that the most anticipated event of the year was the 150th celebrations. And what an incredible celebration it was. Corridors full of old memories and gala dinners loud with nostalgic conversations brought hundreds of old boys together for one unforgettable long weekend. From the assembly in the TSB arena to the massive open day and finally to the church service on Sunday. Event after event ran like clockwork. This is all due to the brilliant work of one lady who was the backstage mastermind behind all the logistics and management. Mrs. Kane, the 150th celebrations would have continued to be simply an idea in the back of everyone's mind had it not been for your hard work that brought it to life. Thank you. Personally, it was only when I began to talk to the old boys during that open day when I began to realize what this event was all about. Yes, it recognized an incredible milestone in the life of Wellington College, but the real celebrations were dedicated to old friendships and simpler, happier times. This night would not be complete without thanking a few very, very significant people in my life. Firstly, and most importantly, my parents. Ammi and Tati, I obviously cannot thank you enough for supporting me all through my life, especially this year. Your advice and love has guided me through some very demanding times. I hope I've done you proud. To our amazing teachers. I've been lucky to have had some wonderful teachers during my time at Wellington College. As students, we are grateful for all the knowledge that you impart on us every single day. Personally, I would like to thank Mr. Tim Costello, who has been my form teacher for the last 3 years. So you've given me the confidence to aspire to things that I would have never have dreamed to achieve. I made you a promise one day, I'm not sure if it's a good idea or not, but I made you a promise that I would one day become your doctor. And this is the goal that I now strive towards. I'm forever in your debt, sir. Thank you. To Miss Shaw, the woman who has been with our cohort every step of the way through this 5-year-long journey. You've provided the backbone and support for which we have used to reach great heights. We're all grateful for your help. And to the man who made this all possible, Mr. Moses. You have been one of the most instrumental and inspirational leaders that I have ever met. It's been an absolute privilege to have served by your side this year. You brought an unmistakable energy and strength to this school that will never be forgotten by any one of us. Thank you for your 22 years of dedication towards Wellington College and its boys. I think it's very fair to say that whoever comes next has some very, very deep shoes to fill. I obviously could not have gotten through this year without the help of my prefects. My deputies, Jacob, Sione, Elia, and Keha. You are all exceptional leaders. Your support towards me has given me great strength, and your dedication towards each of your fields has provided that same strength to the school. You have all very bright futures ahead of you. The same applies to the prefect group of 2017. I want you all to know that you've done your portfolios justice. From a brand new peer tuition system to regular community bucket collections. Your tireless work has resulted in some amazing things. Individually, we're not perfect, but together we were a force to be reckoned with this year. I could never have asked for a better team. To the year 12s returning next year, I wish you the very best of luck. You're a group of multi-talented individuals, but if I have one piece of advice for you, it would be to reach out for your opportunities. You should consider yourself lucky to attend such a great school. Wellington College presents its students with so many opportunities. To ignore such chances is a crime. Your duty is to accept whichever leadership, academic, cultural, community service, or school spirit role that is at your disposal. You've got a very tough act to follow. These year 13s, they may seem like a bunch of mediocre high schoolers, but we did some pretty amazing things. Nonetheless, I believe in your abilities and wish you all the best of luck. Finally, last but not least, the leaders of 2017. I really don't feel like I did you guys justice at the leaders' lunch, so please allow me to try again tonight. We joined this place as strangers, and now we leave as comrades, with friendships that will last a lifetime. I want to personally thank you for accepting me. 5 years ago, not only was I new to the school, but just New Zealand in general. I didn't know about the culture, the traditions, nor the lifestyle. Everything was so strange and different. But you took me in. Your kindness and hospitality made me feel at home and at ease. And your friendship gave me the confidence to go beyond my comfort zone. To this day, I don't think anyone will forget this, I still remember the Year 9 Drama Festival. My form class, 9AD, full of misfits and class clowns, were all reined together by Madam McLean, who unfortunately has left the school, for our performance of The Tempest. Back then I had never set foot on a stage before, but had somehow landed the role of Prospero. This, combined with the fact that I hadn't really learned my lines by the time of the performance, meant that I was one very worried little Year 9. But when I got on that stage and flustered and nervous and made up some random lines, you all laughed and cheered. When I went back to my changing room, my brilliant classmates, they all congratulated me and started giving me high fives. These were small actions. High fives and applause are often taken for granted nowadays, and their significance passes unnoticed. But I noticed, and I valued them more than anything. Your small actions meant the world to me, and I will never forget them. This year, I hope my role as head prefect has provided the same service that your kindness provided me all those years ago. I began this speech with the idea of change and how impervious I was to it. When I consider all of the obstacles, all the ups and downs, the laughs and frowns, I can finally admit that change really has gotten to me. The person who I was 5 years ago is not the one who is delivering the speech to you tonight. Here stands a boy who's been pushed by the motivation of his teachers, guided by the friendship of his peers, and inspired by the walls of this incredible establishment that has now become a second home. I now embrace her. I wandered leisurely up the drive as a smug, chubby little Year 9. Tonight, I will walk down that very same stairway to heaven as a proud, heartbroken, and yet admittedly still chubby, old boy who is thankful for the change that Wellington College has had on my life. Thank you.